You've been coughing up blood, right?
Dude 67?
Fuck, that's so cool! That's so fucking cool! Shit! Thank you, Vixie. Welcome, thank you for the sub. We are about to get started. I'm not gonna sit around at the start here. It's late. I wanna get right into it. Here I am. Hello, welcome. Like I said the other day, I think for separate ways I'm just gonna turn on the stream when I feel like it, which is probably good for me considering how much I've put off streaming for months, and how sparse it's been for even longer. So anyway, I don't have much to say right now. I just want to keep playing the game. I'm starting at a time I would normally want to stop on a work night, but fuck it, you know? Fuck it, right? I'll just try to get to bed even earlier than I did yesterday. Assuming that this only takes around 2 hours. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the music. Let's get into it. I do not know how long any of these chapters will be. If we jump in and this takes me like 30 minutes, I will do a second chapter though. I can say that at least. I'm not gonna go that short, but... Oh, also, I'm not recording. I'm just gonna download the VOD off Twitch. And I'm gonna hope that that is what solves the issues we had last time. I really hope. Okay, already, the fact that I'm not recording, it feels like this is running a little better. Like, booting up the game has not destroyed my computer. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna need a minute to load here. I was hoping to do this earlier, but you know how it is. Stuff. Always stuff. Actually, right before stream, when I was having my dinner, I watched the second to last episode of Mission Hill, because I've been going through that recently for, you know, pretty much first time since it aired on Adult Swim. And, first time really, like, you know, watching every episode in order. Not sure if I actually saw every episode or not back in the day. It's kind of hard to tell. They all have seemed pretty fully familiar. I may have actually seen every episode and just not realized it. Or at least most of every episode. But that penultimate episode with, like, the birthday stuff and them going back to their old house, that hits different. That hits different when you are older than the characters in the show. Ugh. There's a lot of things about that show that kind of hit differently. Like looking at the main character who's 24 when I'm 32 and being like, that's a grown-up who has his life together. Compared to me. It's fucked up. It's not great. Anyway, I guess we just hit continue, we should be fine. Chapter 3, Luis didn't show up at the church. Ada makes her way to the village chief's manor to look for him, but instead encounters Leon, and he's in trouble. It saves him, but she needs to keep a low profile for now. Her mission comes first, after all. Looking at the preview at OBS, it looks like everything's probably running fine. I don't know if we'll really have enough...
Busy,
oh.
Leon.
I don't know if I'll have enough people here tonight to give me a very thorough moment-to-moment check. But actually, Since it looks like it's fine... Hold on, I'm gonna... If there's anyone in chat who wants to help out with this, sound off. But I am just gonna... I'm gonna pull the stream off my phone just to check myself. We will, Ada. How's this look? I'm looking at my phone. Oh shit, this looks completely fine. Wow. I'm actually gonna turn some of the settings back up and just see how that feels. Looks good? Okay, thank you, Bixie. I want to crank some things up here. I'm cranking some stuff up a little bit, and I want to see if that this does anything. If this like completely fucks over. Oh wait, my meters are getting a little jittery. My little voice meters on OBS are starting to shake a little bit. Let's see. Okay, are we still running fine after I turned all that up? None of these are real things. They could be real. Oh! That did something. Yeah, fuck it. Put the frame rate just at insane. Or the refresh rate. And you know what? Just crank this shit up! What is this even, like... I've never even been sure what this would, like, do. Oh, no. That feels bad on my end. I feel like... Let's see. This all seems good? Hang on. Okay, so... Stream's still, like, looking and running fine right now? Hang on, I wanna... How do I turn on... I just want to check something. This isn't even so much for stream as it is for me. What would be a good key for this? That key might get you... Ah, fuck it. That's fine. I'll just turn on the performance monitor. Oh. No, it's saying 50 here. Hold on. What'll lower my, Oh, shit. Hang on. This is for me now. This is just for daddy. I don't know what's going to impact the frames the most here. Seems like nothing is. I set that to variable. I want to get that frame rate juicy.
Hope there's a lead on Louise here.
Wait, what if I just turn that back down? No? Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Well, no, none of this is really changing the frame rate. It's like locked in. Wait, the ultra performance mode. Hang on. I wanna fuck with some stuff. I assure you, we will advance in this world. I said frame rate to like 60. I genuinely can't tell what this does. Whatever, that's fine. Need a key. Also, just to confirm for myself, I'm gonna move in a circle for a minute. And, okay, wow, yeah, this all looks like it's great. Shit. Okay. Damn. Oh, wait. Treasure's in here? Drawer needs a key.
At least their holy book looks interesting.
What an odd thing to say. Oh yeah, that's definitely like the Sadler fit on that guy. Thought that was an ink ribbon. But that's not what we're doing here. We got a toilet guy?
I can't leave empty-handed.
There's gotta be a guy skulking around in here. Every time I try to say skulking, I almost say skanking. I hear ghouls.
What
Hello.
have we here?
Ada talks kind of weird. Yo, the clock? Come on, give me that.
Fly, my pretty.
Honestly, it would be so much braver of them if there was just an egg in there. I actually don't remember if that's how it is for Leon in the remake. I know in the original there's just an egg. They need to stick by their guns and be like, the oven just has a single egg in it. Cell for awaiting judgment. Brothers and sisters, our Lord is displeased. Do not recklessly slay outsiders at will. All people have a right to fair judgment. Henceforth we shall deliver solemn justice without prejudice. Take anyone you capture to the factory basement. Do the same with traitors. Alright. Oh, I missed an herb?
I bet they took him here.
Oh! Okay. Hang on. There could be a little bit of escape like grab an herb, right?
Nothing but blood, right?
Oh shit!
This
So
guy can't stop streaming.
I can't. Oh my god. Flashbang! No! Flashbang! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! Wait, I need treasure. Is there more treasure? Nope. Okay. Oh god. I don't know which direction he's coming from. Oh fuck! Okay, wait. They'll set off their own trap. Am I missing any treasure? Okay, come on. Good. Now I should just run. I don't want to miss the items. Hang on. I know y'all got... Fuck! Oh god, what the fuck am I gonna do in here? Thank god for that quick turn. That I did on accident.
Still after me, huh?
Not getting me. Not getting me today. Wait. Shit. I'm fucking up. Do I have any treasure to worry about here? No. That's the most I've actually had to run in RE4 for a while. You know, those parts are good. It's good that they actually give you, like, a guy you can't really do anything about. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Merchant.
Oh, nothing but the finest ways.
Do I have anything I can do? Okay, I've got... Oh, hold on. So... If it's 2, you want the same color. Shit.
Welcome. Came into some other bits and bobs too, mate.
Like what? Don Diego charm.
My wares are
Ooh.
in tip-top shape.
Don Esteban would be good. Oh, that's cute. 100,000 though, Jesus. Shit. Use key items. Key items that no longer serve a purpose can be sold to the merchant.
Valuables won't do you much good in the grave.
Sell all that.
A deal well struck.
I'm probably gonna want shotgun ammo.
All yours, stranger.
Let's see, over here... I mean...
A
Shit.
well-tuned weapon can make up for a lack of skill, friend.
The rifle's too weak. I need that rifle stronger.
Are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less.
Ooh, if I sell my grenades...
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference. The price, well...
Selling ammo, that's always getting into... Let's get into risky, desperate territory, though. Let's power up my TMP.
We're starting to get an idea of your tastes.
And fix my
Give that
knife.
the care it deserves, mate.
Guess that's all I'm doing for now.
Good things on sale, stranger. Come back any.
It's a good thing they actually got like a really good voice for the remake merchant. Like that is not something they could afford to blow. Big shoes to fill, and it's a very different take. That's fun. Interesting. Ah. Don't think I can really do anything with that right now. Unless... No, because I wanna have same color on both. Oh, hey. Oh, no. Hasn't been filled in yet. Alright. Oh, wait! Quest. So, Grumpy Thief has stolen a jacket! One of those nice sheepskin leather ones. You can get it back. Oh, fuck yes! They're actually making a gameplay thing out of the guy who steals the jacket in separate ways originally. That's where I was hoping they'd do something like that. God, this is a really good remix of the same music.
Why not treat yourself,
Move.
mate?
Got something.
Interactive Retinal Inquiry System, IRIS. The IRIS allows you to see clues that are almost invisible to the naked eye. This will enable Ada to discover new information to aid in her mission. Now, why couldn't she just have, like... I'll be so real. It's way goofier. I wish she still had, like, the dress and the cyber shades. Why'd she gotta have cyber eyes? I like the shades that can explode.
Must be the big guys.
Now she's got Batman abilities.
It won't open.
And turn the thing. We gotta have that crossbow. Oh, hello. All right. We do it. Put that down. Oh! That works. Oh! Shit, was he wearing it? I didn't even realize. Hold on. Hold on. I want to get an actual better look at it, because it's a lot more obvious in the original game that the guy's wearing Leon's jacket. Hang on. I want to see my funny.
Got something. Must be the big guys. Locked.
Oh my god. Well, that's the price I pay for holy shit. Wait. I gotta solve a problem. Don't need to use a knife here. Yeah, he's wearing the jacket. That's great. What do you mean you're still alive? What the fuck? That dude melts? That dude melts.
This is Leon's jacket.
It is. It is very observant. Well, let's go turn this in immediately.
Welcome. Weldon, what can I do you for?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Fucking... Hold on. I want to look at my inventory. Hell yeah. Oh. There's something really funny about this.
Welcome, stranger. Well done, stranger. I knew I could count on you.
Well, that one's like impossible to
Got a selection
not get.
good things on sale, stranger.
Ooh, okay.
There's some things.
Let's take another key.
Interesting.
And
I
let's
mean,
wait.
In a good way. Of course.
Let's wait.
Come back anytime.
We're gonna wait. Hello. The blast crossbow. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be... I should craft something first. What do I have the least of? I have, like, no shotgun shells. Let's make some more. Alrighty. Oh shit, good thing about this. Gold bar. You know, they shouldn't give you an auto sort. I shouldn't be using it. Also, there should be a big dumb picture of your character. You should see them standing there. Fuck it, I'm gonna get that other key. If I've already used up one of the keys I could get, let's just go ahead and get another.
Hello, stranger. Welcome. Ooh, what you buying?
I really like how he says it. Ooh, what are you buying? Damn, I'm really running out of space here. Hang on. I want to adjust this more to my tastes. Really pack all this stuff in. Guess that's fine. There we go, that's alright. Yep, I'm good with that. Am I going... Yeah, I'm going the right way. Next treasure is nowhere nearby. No need to worry about it.
Hope he's down here.
Have to make sure.
Not good.
Oh, it's the fish room. I'm not gonna have any room for them. Although, can you send anything to storage? Only guns. Wait, I didn't look at this. Large crossbow shoots special projectiles that explode on impact. Let's put you, let's put you there. Oh no! Can I not go down there? I can't see the fish at all. That's a bummer. Oh shit. Well. No, don't use that yet.
Not a soul in sight. Did Luis do this?
What's that guy they fuck up? Oh shit. Okay, can I make anything? Make rifle ammo, fuck it. Kind of feel like this didn't need to have the crafting system. I know ammo crafting has been a thing in Resident Evil for a while, but like I don't know, like just do the regular ammo thing in this one. Like in Village, I feel like the ammo crafting and stuff is fine. That like weirder crafting system where you've got the chemical stuff you mix with different things. But here it's just kind of like I'm picking up so much, adding a whole other extra thing I gotta get. I don't know. It just clutters the inventory a little. Yeah, you didn't come out here. Tradicional filtro. 20 cigarillos rubios. Oh shit, the number of no numbers.
Is this his frequency?
Call him.
Ada? I knew you'd find me.
That's my job. Are you about ready to hand over the amber?
There's a big house just outside the village, past the windmill. You know it.
Yeah, I know it.
Then I'll meet you here. I'll be waiting.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Sorry, Luis. It might be a while. Lights out.
Let's just pop them as they try to come down here. solve some problems very quickly.
A clean strike.
A clean strike. Is the stream still running fine? Kinda paranoid after last time, though it seems like just not recording in OBS seems to fix it. Let me just take a look here. Oh yeah, this looks like it's completely fine. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Vixie. Come on. Oh god. Oh shit.
Sorry, not interested.
That takes so much of your ammo. Oh, that was a waste. Load it up. Load it back up. I don't think this thing is the stopping power I need. Oh! That's my- there goes my knife. Get me out of here. Come on.
Finally.
Jesus Christ. You better give me jewels. Alright, can I... Ooh. That's one. We know we got two. Okay, I need to, Oh, fuck! Probably shouldn't have used the knife there. Whatever, solve problems. Oh my god! Okay, this seems like a good spot to deal with her. I can just kind of loop her here. Yeah, this is good. This works. What's she gonna do? Fuck you! Stop being a problem. She agreed. Well, that took just about everything I have. Fuck. Ooh. Probably the end of the chapter there. The Benjamin hit. Or maybe we keep going. That's where they would have cut the chapter off in the original.
Having a bad day.
Oh, he's here?
Wesker, to what do I owe this place?
That's very different.
Stop wasting my time, Ada. Find Lewis. Fetch me the...
I can't get over him not being British.
Thank you for this room. Are you staying? Back me up.
I'm not here to babysit you. See that you remain an asset, and not a liability. I have absolutely no use for your incompetence.
Easy with the threats, Wesker.
Just get it done. I'll be in touch.
You're okay. I've been waiting and you're still coming, right?
Yes, just had some business to attend to. I'm on my way now.
Got it. See you soon. Ciao.
The remake Wesker is like way too normal. He's way too normal of a guy. He doesn't feel like a weird Matrix cartoon man. It's not right. And why is he American? Oh. Oh. Probably not repopulating this with anything, huh? Yeah, let's just head north to the... village proper. Any items I missed out here? This is the right path, right? Yep. So we got pistol. Oh, we're doing this now.
It's my luck.
Fuck. Oh, come on. You would. You would, huh? Can I... Oh! There we go. Did I get both? Ooh, get a little thunder. So... Sorry I'm so obsessed about checking the map, but... I don't want to miss any treasure. Okay. Nothing until we get back to the village. The outsider is in the villa. Assemble the village. Awaken our great child.
Got some wares. Perfect for a professional like yourself.
Anything else back here? Oh, okay, just walked back here.
Ooh, you have the stench of battle on you, mate. Welcome. Came into some other bits and bobs too, mate. I'll buy all a deal well struck.
Fix my knife.
That's good work, if I do say so myself.
Oh, there's a case upgrade. I need that. Blast arrow recipe.
Bang for your buck. I guarantee it.
Gimme.
We've been saving that one for the right customer. Anything else I can help you with?
Ooh. Ooh, all these would be good.
A well-tuned weapon.
Well, really mainly power.
Lack of skill, friend. Hope to see you again soon, stranger.
Ooh, and I can already make some... Wait, is there a blast arrow charm?
Welcome. Well then, what can I do you for? What you see is
No.
what I've got. Next. Time to buy something, eh?
Ooh, one blast arrow is good to have. As is SMG ammo. Okay, what are we working with here? Not much. Let's stealth them. Bro, what? Fuck you. Get down from there. Oh, fuck me. Alright, time to power up. Fuck. Don't need problems.
Bring me a challenge.
Oh my god. I'm trying to like oh fuck, I'm walking into everything! No, you don't. Ugh. They beat my ass. Let's really loot this place. Chat, how have y'all been doing? Y'all been having a decent week? I gotta remember I could just, like, zoom away. I should probably be, trying to, like, run and fight from a distance more. Alright, what do we got? Just one? Two. Fuck. Oh my god. Fuck it. I need problem to be solved. Immediately. They are really beating my ass. But I'm getting plenty of ammo. And a nice pipe. Okay, only 3 treasures left up at, whatever that is. I think that's like the farm. Would love a red herb or something. Ooh. Well. Make sure my shit's loaded. No, I'm sure I could heal and take the edge off, but... I want a big one. Anybody up ahead? Okay, yeah, this is the farm, which I now remember is much crazier in, the remake. Oh, fuck, where? Up there. Oh my god.
Lights out.
I got Roofman. Yucky. God, this wind is crazy. Oh, fuck. Alright, where's Bomb Man? Come on! I know you're back there. What an idiot. Are you alive? I genuinely couldn't tell if that was like a death ragdoll or a weird, like, situational, you know, knock 'em off thing. I do miss... I mean, I like original Resident Evil 4 just better anyway, but I do miss how that game was just kind of programmed in a way where if an enemy was on the ledge and you shot them, they would just fall, no matter what. I like that. Okay, we could go triple green. I feel like I'm gonna find a red. If I believe, and my heart stays true, I believe I will find a red herb. Oh yeah, I should be looking for the treasure here. Okay, we got the stinky pit. We don't want to drop it in the stinky pit. But is the wind gonna make it... No, maybe the wind won't blow it. We'll see. There we go. We saved it from the doo-doo. Next two are both over there. You know, I do appreciate them just kind of locking up some parts of the map. Like, no, we're not doing this one. You're passing through, but you're not doing that. Okay. If I don't get a red in just a second, I will make a triple green. Oh, thank God. Whoa. They're going nuts over there. Gets two on over here. No diamond, alright. The other is in there. Didn't I see a ladder? Thought I saw that. I might have been looking at some like weird rubble or something leaning up against one of the buildings. Wait, she doesn't need ladders. She can just grapple. Who cares? Okay, that is like inside to the right. Oh, fuck that! They're having a good time over there. Oh, that's very good. Getting some good stuff. Getting some good stuff. All right. Nothing I can double up the colors on, though. Wait! I can on this. That is the double bonus. Oh, shit. Okay. I mean, that's gonna heal enough.
My, you are a popular one, Luis.
Now, am I just supposed to fuck him up, or is something gonna happen here? Ooh, okay. We're really mixing things up here. This track is crazy.
Sorry, big guy. Can't let you go that way.
Are we doing this here? Shit. This is interesting. Oh, fuck! No, thank you. Okay, so I gotta be careful he doesn't just grab me. Oh. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh. All the fellas are out. Oh, come on! Let's hit him with these. Oh, fuck off! I gotta get it. Right? Oh no, we're just... Okay, never mind. I thought this was like the old one. Oh, I'm fucked. Okay. So I assumed I would run up and hit him like Leon, but I guess not. Come on. Shit. Oh my god, this is so hard to hit. Holy fucking shit, why is it so hard to hit him? There we go. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Holy shit, I'm a terrible shot. Well, he's stunned.
Only a matter of time before it wrecks the place.
You know what? You're coming that close? Oh, fuck! You're coming in way closer than I'd like. Oh, fuck. Get out of my way. Let me grab this ammo. Okay, grenade, that's good. Handgun ammo, that's whatever. Come on. I guess here I would have been able to knife it, but... Shit! These fucking guys. This is not good. Did I get the herb? I guess I did. I think I fucked this part up. I think I fucked that part up significantly. Okay, let's try that again. Drop down. Okay. Strong guy. Give me that. Give me that. Hey, quit breaking shit! Oh. You were trying to break me? There we go. This is going significantly better. Oh, shit. No, you don't. No, thank you. What? Are you kidding me? I'll just break free. It's fine. I thought I had more, like, stun time on that. Okay, here we go. Oh shit, she does it so much cooler.
That did the trick.
Oh. Oh. Oh, fuck. Come on. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Okay. You can still do this. Oh my god. Fuck me. Get me up there. Oh, that's shit. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? He's holding still and I miss. Hey, I've got 1 bullet left. I've got no bullets left. Oh. But I have a blast arrow. We're gonna make this count. We're gonna make this count. I can't believe I didn't get hit by that. Okay. That's all I had. Other than that... I guess I can make handgun ammo. Holy shit. Wait, when did I get all that SMG ammo?
Now look at the mess you've made.
Oh my god. Move! Got my shit loaded. Okay. This boss is beating my ass. This is unbelievable. Oh, I'm dead. Ooh! 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 That's strong. Okay, I need to, like, not aim like an idiot. Try this again. Come on. Oh, come on! Fuck off. Jesus. What? That didn't look right. That did not look correct. Now, I know all about those items that appear. Oh, damn. Bot's getting sniped left and right. Let's just get rid of these guys. Okay. Well, I mean, I was hitting the parry button, but whatever you say, game. Come on, show me your beautiful treasure. There we go. Go.
That is the trick. Only a matter of time before it wrecks the place.
Oh. Get up here. Oh. Good hits, good hits. Oh, fuck me! I did not mean to do that. Come on. You got items? Nothing on the ground, nothing marked. That's a good one! Come on over. Oh my god, come on. Doing okay. Oh, cool kick! Hold off. I'm gonna hold off even making a blast arrow. Come on.
How many more can you take?
Oh. Okay, we'll need that blast arrow. Oh, no, there we go. just like 2 shots.
Now stay down.
Hell yeah.
Sweet dreams.
Hey, got a smoke?
I do. The kind you like. Now where's the amber?
Fortunately, it's not on me at the moment. And you really should be telling me what a good job I did. busted my ass and managed to hide it right before I got caught. Which is why I'm still alive.
The deal was, we get you out of here when you deliver the amber. No amber, no protection, Luis.
Such a stickler for details, Ida. Okay, then. I'll go get it now. How about that? And I do have something else I need to get, too.
I wonder if Ada gets any costumes in this. Okay, Castle's next. All right, well that was a fun chapter. Let's give it a save. Let's view our results. "33 enemies killed." Oh, this doesn't show you the total one. Only 3 deaths. I thought I died more. I guess not. Whole chapter took an hour. Well, I think that is a perfect place to call it. That was just long enough. All right. Well, thank y'all for coming out. Just a little quick evening stream. Might do more tomorrow. We'll see. I like I said this week, I'm just gonna kind of turn on stream whenever and just do it little separate ways until we get to the end. But yeah, y'all have a great night. Let's see if there's anybody to raid right now. Let's see. Here we go. Sending y'all over here. Is this stream going? Oh wow, it's pouring down outside. Hang on. Twitch is Twitch is being funky right now. I can't even see. Is every stream doing this, or is it just this one stream? Something is going on here. What on earth? Oh, I think Twitch is doing some weird anti-ad block shit again, which is weird because I'm pretty sure my ad block is off. Oh well, let's see. Oh my god, hang on. I wanna figure this out. I wanna be able to see the stream I'm gonna try to raid into. Jesus. What if I do this? Yeah, fuck. Alright, I think I just need to update my my ad blocker. Ugh. Let's get ready to send y'all over here. In just a moment. Well, you all have a wonderful night. Hope to see y'all whatever the next stream is, whether that's tomorrow or another day. Have a great night. Bye-bye.